If there are no questions, next slide. So here's an example of how to incorporate advertising in a virtual world. So in some cases, companies will advertise their products on virtual billboards. And one example of that, Mark, could you read the second item, please?
For example, billboards in Second Life advertise the Honda Acura RDX. Clicking on the billboard gives the user a virtual copy of the car that they can drive around Second Life and even use in racing games in the online world.
Okay, thank you, Mark. So imagine you're in Second Life, and then there's an ad for this car, the Honda Acura RDX. So what happens if you click the billboard or you click the ad? Then automatically you'll get a virtual copy of the Honda. And what can you do with that while you're in Second Life? You can drive the car around, like it could be your own car in this virtual world. And when it comes to game mode, you can use the car to race with other avatars' cars. Okay. And another example could be virtual Nikes. So imagine there's an advertisement for Nike sneakers or trainers, and then somebody clicks the ad. So your avatar, the footwear of the avatar, will change into the virtual Nikes. And it can have functions that would not be possible in the real world. For example, if you use your virtual Nikes in the game, then the way it's programmed is that you'll be able to run faster in the game. Okay, so it's very clever, very creative, and obviously it involves a partnership between the people who makes the games and the virtual worlds and also the advertising agency and also the clients. And if all goes well, it's a win-win for everyone involved. Okay, the next one is a CGM. Okay, so what is a CGM? CGMs are twists on testimonials. If you remember before Facebook, there was Friendster. So Friendster and Facebook were very similar. But one thing I liked about Friendster is you could leave a testimonial or a testy in the Filipino slang, a testy on somebody's Friendster profile. And it seems that the more testimonials you had, then you'd make a really good friend because these people are saying such glowing things about you, glowing recommendations or comments. But CGM, it's a modern version of this. How so? It relies on the rise of PC video and image editing tools. In the past, only like specialists or people with a real background in filmmaking might know how to edit video. But because everything's gone digital now, you can tweak a video on your computer or you can tweak it on your mobile phone. So basically, anyone, if they want to, they can create a video. So what's the connection to CGM or consumer generated media? And if you look at the example, we have the snack Doritos. Okay, so Doritos posted media clips online for consumers to tweak. Okay, so Doritos, they uploaded videos and then they told consumers, okay, you can edit these videos, and then whoever creates like the best commercial, the winning commercial would be aired on the Super Bowl. So the Super Bowl, as we've discussed in class before the pandemic, it's a major opportunity to advertise a product because it has so much viewership. It's the biggest sporting event in America. Okay, so it's interesting. It's the consumers to create the commercial. Okay, and well, that's it basically. That's the last thing, and this is the last online class where we will discuss topics. The remainder of the time that's left, I will be expecting you to focus on accomplishing your outputs. So let's look at some reminders. Okay, so kindly submit your outputs. And when I say outputs, I'm referring to online activity 1, online activity 2, as well as all the written interview requirements. So if you recall, it's not just interviewing someone. That's not the end of it. You have to format it, you have to summarize, you have to synthesize. And I've talked about this already 2 times, and that's why I'm not going to go into detail anymore. I talked about this first when we had our orientation at the start of the online classes. And then we had one meeting last week that was devoted only to discussing the outputs. And now it's just a reminder. So if you were absent on any of those 2 meetings, you can revisit what was discussed in our Facebook group. The YouTube videos are there, so there's no excuse not to know how to accomplish any of our requirements because we've discussed them in so much detail already in the previous classes. Okay, so kindly, please submit all your outputs by June 12th, before 12 noon. Okay, so very easy. June 12th, 12 noon, 12/12. Okay, so June 12th is a holiday, and why am I recommending you submit this on June 12th? Because I will have time to actually assess or evaluate the things you've submitted because it's a holiday. Right now, if you notice, since we've gone back to the office, my replies on Messenger are a little delayed. The YouTube videos are uploaded a little later because obviously we have to also focus on our work here in the office. So please, especially if you are a graduating student, kindly submit all your requirements by June 12th is Friday next week. Okay? Please submit it before 12 noon.